What's up, everybody? I know we said that we were done and the show was canceled. And guess what? It still is done and the show has been canceled. But we wanted everybody to know that in the midst of the corona pandemic of 2020, that me and Ryan were still staying alive.
Yeah.
Staying alive. Staying
Still here.
alive. Yeah, that's what we're doing. So, yeah. Geek Dad Report presents a special episode of the Geek Dad Report. We're just staying alive. We figured we'd talk to you guys about the coronavirus and the pandemic and what everybody's doing to stay safe and have fun.
So Brian is correct. We did not take GDR to the farm and and put a shotgun to the back of its head and euthanize it, humanely. We merely just put GDR. We found a nice pasture. We let it roam around, and it's been grazing, so it's still there.
I don't know what the hell he's talking about, but if you don't already know, I'm Brian West, the hostess with the absolute mostest. Woohoo!
And I'm Ryan Thomason, and I have not left my house and my block in maybe 4 weeks. So,
I luckily have been able to leave my house for a while. As some people may know, anybody's watched the show previously, me and Ryan are both essential. However, Ryan gets to do his essential work from home. I have to go out and brave the public. Hence, why I have these cool masks now. I'm not
cool mask though.
Look at this. My wife got it for me. It's a Star Wars mask.
At first, I thought is that a Seahawks thing up on the top? Or
No, it does kind of look like it's just Anakin's lightsaber.
oh, okay. It's just from like the angle that I was looking at it. I thought it was a Seahawks thing, and then Star Wars. I was like, man, you got you're mixing two of your favorite things in one mask.
No, I'm not going to wear this mask the entire episode. It actually gets kind of hot.
Yeah, it was as informative as you look. You don't have to wear it inside.
My favorite is watching people go to the store and they're wearing the mask like this.
Oh, really?
Or they're wearing it like this. I've seen a few people just wearing it down here walking around, texting, and I'm like, why do you have a mask on if it's around your neck?
Yeah. No, our post guy, because he's been wearing his mask. He's got like a big, huge one and everything. He wears gloves now while he's working.
Dude.
My daughter, she put up we have a screen door, like a glass door, and she made some signs, for the mailman, say thank you.
Yeah.
And stuff like that, and we posted it on the inside of the door so he could see, the thing that she wrote for him.
Yeah, we've got a whole bunch. My kids are up on this. I'm not. We've got a whole bunch of signs in our windows that just say, like, I love Top Ramen, I have a good day, stay safe. We got teddy bears in the window. Apparently that's the thing. We're supposed to put teddy bears so everyone else knows that, like, we're all in this together, I guess. I don't really know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Keep the kids busy while they're at school.
We had some firefighters come by the other day, which was pretty cool. They were just going through our neighborhood, checking on everybody, make sure everybody was okay, and the kids were out doing sidewalk chalk, so the firefighters came and they took all their equipment. They took the jaws of life and their cutters and their hoses, and they laid them down, and then they traced them, and then they were drawing pictures. They were all like 6, they made sure to stay 6 feet away from the kids, but they were drawing sidewalk chalk with them and stuff. I thought that was pretty cool.
It would have been really cool if they had they'd done a whole bunch of sidewalk chalk, and then they hooked the fire hose and they just spray down the sidewalks and just get rid of all the chalk. Like, oh, we gotta clean it up now. Shh.
Hey kids, stand there real quick. Bam! You've earned a drink from the fire hose.
Have you been hit by a fire hose before?
Hell no. This sounds awful.
We had my elementary school that we had this big, huge hill. It was like a gigantic, long hill. And we had at the end of the school year, they would have it called White Water Day or, something like that. Well, one time they had the fire department up there at the top of the hill. They weren't spraying the kid in the back or something like that. But they were shooting down at at the ground. And then the water pressure, would push the kid down the slide. So you could get
that's awesome.
And they go, and they shoot, and they shoot you down the slide. It was pretty cool.
That does sound pretty cool. Well, Ryan, what
But
else
that's
have you been
not
doing?
happening now.
Hmm?
That's for sure.
Yeah. So how have you? Like we said, everybody's joining us. We're just this is just going to be a kind of a short for us anyway,
Yeah.
fun
This
episode where we just kind of talk.
Brian and I talk.
Yeah, we're just going to talk today. We're just going to talk about what me and Ryan have been doing in quarantine, what we've been up to. Maybe give you guys a couple recommendations for some shows because I have had time to find a whole bunch of them to watch. Just I don't know. We just wanted everybody to know that we're alive, and we want to bring a little laughter in your lives because, god damn it, everyone is so serious right now, rightfully so. But we all need a little bit of happiness and joy in your lives. Yeah. I mean, you know it's serious when I'm not. I can barely even wear my hat because my hair. I know a lot of people thought I was bald. And don't get me wrong, I'm definitely going bald. Like I'm thinning out here. But
I've got like a really my hair it's already naturally thick, but man, it's just like it's
I am very jealous of that just head of hair you have, because you can see here mine is a little thin up here. But here's the weird part about my hair and my head is that when it gets long, it starts mushrooming out, and then I can't wear a hat, and it drives me nuts.
Yeah,
it starts sticking out the sides.
Out under the hat and curling.
Yeah, so, like I said, I'm going to wear it like this. I'm going to wear it just like dopey. There we go. I'm going to dope it up a little bit today.
I've been shaving. I at least, I didn't let that go. But
well, that's good. I have to keep it trimmed because, like I said, I have to be out in front of the public, which has been really weird. You know what? A lot of people wish they could get out of the house. Be careful what you wish for. It's been nice to get out and be doing things, but at the same time, it's really weird because I have to be in front of people, and it's like you're excited that you're working and you're excited you're making money because I know there's a lot of people who are really struggling right now and who don't have jobs, so I don't want to complain about that. But it's like being at a weird summer. It's like everybody has a weird summer vacation because the whole world got sick, but somehow you have to go to work and still be out there.
Yeah, possibly, I think a good analogy would be like you live in a small college town, and all the college kids are gone for the summer, and so all that's left is just like the locals.
Just the locals, and you have
nobody really around.
There is nobody out, and like every business I go to, everyone's like in the same boat I am, where they're all like, "We're kind of glad to have a job, but it feels weird being out here in the world." And not only that, like the whole time you feel like you're like freaking Neo dodging the coronavirus. You're just like. Every day it's like, is today the day? I hope not.
What's the traffic been?
Dude, it has been glorious.
To and from work in record time?
Yeah, that has been so. There's been a few positives for me having to go into work. Is one of them is absolutely the traffic. There's only been it's 8 miles from my work to my job. Now on a normal morning, it takes about a half hour to get to work, and then on the way home, it takes about 45 to 50 minutes to go 8 miles. Right now, it takes me 12 minutes to get to work and to get home. It is great.
So the first day when you got there and you had an extra 20 minutes to spare, did you just take a nap in your car or something, or?
No, I just went to work. I drive my own truck, so I can just kind of do whatever I want to. But it's and for everybody who thinks like, oh man, I wish I could just get out of the house and do something. You can drive around, but there's nowhere to go. Nothing's open. Everything's closed.
Well, there's in where I'm at in Philadelphia, people are like getting arrested just for like driving around and stuff like that. Like they're like no, you can't be, because I think we're like my county is on like a really strict quarantine because we have the highest death rate and infected rate in the entire state of Pennsylvania. So I think we're on like a little bit more, but like we haven't, like normally we eat out twice. Maybe sometimes three, mostly like 2 times a week we'll eat out or something like that. Yeah. We have not eaten out once.
Oh,
and
dude,
so,
I wish.
Tonight, Jenny, she's like, my wife is, making dinner. She's like, I just want to just call and just not do dinner tonight. And my son, I just want a Philly cheesesteak with cheese whiz.
Dude.
Everybody just started talking about all the takeout that they want. And
you were going to have to, I wish, you were going to have to wheel me out of my house when this is all said and done, because so we've been trying to support local business because so many places are going out of business. So most of the restaurants around here have some kind of a takeout option. So our stay home order is a little bit different than what you got for quarantine. So here in Washington, our governor has told us to stay in our homes, and he's closed most business all business that's non-essential. But he's allowed restaurants to do takeout only. There's been a few things that are open, and we're allowed to go outside. We just have to stay away from each other, right? So like every day, when we get home with me and Holly get home with the kids, we go for a walk around the neighborhood or something. On Saturday and Sunday, we took our scooter bikes out and rode around. So you just have to, as long as you stay in your group with whoever you're quarantined with, and you stay 6 feet away from anybody on the street. And so most people are pretty good. Like when you come up to people, everybody kind of goes off to one side, and everybody goes off to the other side, and we pass each other. We're trying to stay 6 feet apart. And we've actually had a lot of success. We got it pretty early. You guys went into quarantine before we did, which is hilarious. But our if you look at like the graphs of all the states, our charts keeps going down. So we're hopeful. We've been extended through the first of May 4th, I think. So we're all kind of hopeful that maybe we can at least get like our haircut, and I could finish my tattoo. I've had to cancel 2 appointments. It's been awful. I don't know what I'm more disappointed about. The fact that I had to cancel my tattoos appointments, or the fact that I don't get to go to fucking Disneyland this year. Well, at least not in May. I'm so mad about that. I mean, I get it safety first, but I wanted that lightsaber, Ryan. Vroom, vroom.
Well, I did post today that Disneyland released a recipe for their churros. So if you want to make a little bit of Disneyland at home, you can go to the Geek Dad Report website or Facebook page, and you can make churros.
Yeah, sadly, they're freaking churros. They're not going to help me with my lightsaber problem right now. But whatever. But
it's a cinnamon and sugar lightsaber if you think about it.
Then I'll eat one. But yeah, so but because a lot of our restaurants have been open, we've been trying desperately to help people stay in business. So we've been ordering takeout like nobody's business, and I am officially getting fat. I can feel it. I put on so I'm either in my work pants or sweatpants, and I put on jeans this weekend just because it's been a month. And I'm like, when I'm doing on the scooter bike ride, I am putting on jeans. They still fit. They're a little tight.
So my whole family has basically like been in the house since March 6th or something like that.
So you guys aren't allowed to go for like a walk or anything. You have to stay in your house.
But we can like I walk the dog around the neighborhood and stuff like that. Like people walk around the neighborhood, but I don't think you're supposed to be like, hopping in a car unless you go
places.
To the store or something like that. Then you're not supposed to be out. But we had, when April came around, my wife was like, I just realized that everybody's been wearing like the same clothes for like 5 days. Like I was changing my underwear at least like every day. But I was like, why do I need to care? I'm just gonna keep changing my underwear, and I'll just wear the same sweatpants and comfy shirt. She's like, I think I've done laundry like once in like the last like 3 weeks.
Yeah, the laundry is definitely gone.
Just like start changing our clothes like every other day. So we're not.
The laundry is definitely gone down in my house. I've been wearing this same shirt. I didn't even pick out a shirt for this episode. I've been wearing this shirt since Saturday. These sweatpants since Sunday that I'm currently wearing right now.
Yeah.
Clean underwear, people, though. Clean underwear.
Oh, I think I wore like the same like sweatpants and t-shirt. No, I think I changed at least the same sweatpants for at least a week, and almost like a week and a half, I think. And eventually I'll just like, I've walked the dog like, 6 or 7 times in this. I did like, maybe I'll just go to my other comfy pants, and then I wore that for like another week.
Dude, that's funny you mentioned it. I have 2 piles in my bedroom right now. I have my super comfy pants and my super comfy shorts, and I alternate between the two depending on the weather.
No, I have my super awesome Puma sweatpants, or like jogging pants.
I am currently wearing Puma sweatpants.
Yeah. Ooh, nice. Did you get it at Costco?
I did.
High five.
Costco's the best.
We have the same. Yeah, I'm sure we have the exact same one. They're really comfortable.
Well, I've got 3 pairs. I've got black, blue, and gray.
Yeah, I got all of them too.
Yes.
See, this is why we're best friends, right?
GDR, seal of approval.
Puma, if you would like to be the official sponsor, we wear your pants all the time.
We do.
So,
Literally all the time.
Yeah, laundry, we decided we're going to start wearing, we're going to start alternating our clothes a little more. And then that way maybe we could start having feeling like a semblance of normalcy. But other than that, like, you know, my kids are starting to really get on edge with each other. You know, like they'll be like a good like couple hours where they're just getting along, and then it's just every other time it's just smashing,
just button heads. Yeah, my kids are doing all right. My youngest is, you know, Charlie. She's starting to bounce off the walls. The lack of schooling where she can run and really just burn her exercise, you know, burn all those jitters inside of her are starting to wear thin. So she's starting to. Her and her sister get along pretty good, but man, she is getting on all of the adults' just nerves. We're just like, do something.
They need to talk to their friends and be able to talk about, you know, stupid kid shit that, you know, the parent, like, we've been letting my son, you know, play on the Xbox, you know, and he got his headset and everything like that with his friend like every day.
Oh, and, just remind me, I gave Addie a headset, and she has Xbox Live. So when we're done, shoot me Lincoln's ID, and I'll have Addie shoot him a friend request.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Lincoln. Definitely. He's got Battlefront 2. He's been playing that a bunch.
I've got Battlefront 2 here, so they can play that together. Yeah, we've been kind of laxing a little bit too, letting them use their iPods to text people. We downloaded so they already have iMessaging, but now we downloaded I think Google Duo or whatever, where they can message people with Androids too. So they're staying in touch with their friends. We let them FaceTime and do the Zoom time with some of their classmates and stuff. But so here in Washington, they just finally canceled schools like this week.
Yeah, that came for us.
Yeah, so they didn't really give us any learning stuff for the kids, so we've been kind of winging it. We bought when we kind of saw this was coming. We bought them some like math workbooks for their age group. So at least they could continue doing some math for their grade levels, and we're having them read and do some book reports and stuff like that. Hopefully, this week is technically spring break, so next week apparently the kids are going to have some virtual learning plans that they're going to start giving out, so they can actually go online and do some stuff, and try and get to the rest of their the rest of their shit they need to know.
Yeah, we're in the same boat. Like, they haven't had like any online stuff. Like, our school district has not been, like, all the other school districts around us have been online doing stuff, and ours is just they're going to start on Monday, like, doing it. But we went and we bought them a Chromebook because they use their Chromebooks at school, so they can log in and do all their stuff. So when I had looked, I was like, I think it was like in January, like before everything happened, I was like, oh, maybe we should, like, my son has been asking for a laptop. And so we were kind of talking, oh, maybe we could get him a Chromebook. And I remember looking at time, it was like $100 got you, not like the best one, but, a decent, Chromebook.
We got Addie, we got her a $100 Chromebook for Christmas. She's using it a lot for school. There's a tell Link, there's a bunch of games on there. Math games that you can play that are like RPG games, but the only way to progress is to do math problems.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that's what my girls have been playing a lot. I'll let you know what the name of that is. I forgot what it is. Hang on a second. Eddie! Addison!
I'm just gonna say though, if you have to get your kids a Chromebook on Amazon, do it right now. Because the prices are getting out of control. Because a lot of them are from sellers.
Yeah, because everybody knows kids need Chromebooks right now to do school. Come here. Yeah. Real quick. What's the name of that math game you play?
Prodigy.
All right, the game's called Prodigy, parents. I didn't tell you
I think I've seen my son.
I didn't tell you get on camera. Get out of here. I got what I needed. Now go away.
Show.
Phone deserves that.
Get my phone.
Here you go.
All right.
Okay, she can poke her head in.
All right, you want to say hi? Come here. Come here, say hi.
Okay.
This is my beautiful oldest daughter, who's currently on lockdown with the rest of us.
Stop!
Get out of here.
You evil. people.
So yeah,
She
any of
does-
you parents are looking for a fun game to let your kids play that's educational, Prodigy.
Yes, and your daughter does great anime.
She does.
Uh,
She does. She's been working so hard drawing. Every day she's been drawing. It is her. She's getting better than I am at drawing. I mean,
Yeah, oh, she's good. I
She's
saw
pretty
it. I
good.
showed my daughter. She draws all the time too. She's like, "Oh, Addison's good."
yeah, Addison's real good. Y'all, some of the stuff she's done in the last few weeks have been, in that aspect, quarantine's been really good for her because she's been just kind of. She just spends all day long drawing when she's got free time, and she's been drawing like before it used to just be a face and then it was a pose. Now it's like action poses and her proportions about body, arms, legs, the whole thing. Where it's pretty good. She's getting good.
Yeah.
I may have a little future comic book artist in the family.
We gave our kids like an option to try and start like a hobby, and so mainly my daughter had always been into art, so she picked some art stuff. But my son wanted to try doing like small models, models that you have to use like model glue and all that. So he got this castle thing that's like gigantic model castle that came with like 1,000 something pieces, and so he's been up in his room like gluing like all like little stairs that go up like the inside of the castle and stuff like
Nice.
that. And it's got these big huge towers and everything, and he's super excited for it to try and finish it. And so
That's cool.
I hope him like hold the pieces together and everything.
Yeah, we've been doing a few projects, nothing too crazy. We watch a lot of family movies and playing family games and stuff. Luckily for us, when we've had
been watching.
when we've had enough of the kids, we have a 2-story house, so we just kick them upstairs in the family room to go do whatever. So I do feel for parents and families who have like ramblers or are living in apartments right now with their kids. I just can't even imagine. It'd just be crazy. So forget the family. What have you been doing to stay sane during the quarantine?
What have I been doing?
I mean,
personally?
how's your booze? How's your liver these days? I know my alcohol content intake is probably like back to college level for me at this point.
I'll be honest that I ran out, and then when my wife, I can't drive because of my disability, when she went and did their last Costco run and everything, we're not blessed to have Costco's that can sell booze. So going to a liquor store or something like that, she didn't want to do it. So I have not had any alcohol in my house for like 2 weeks, and I'm probably not going to.
How are you alive right now?
The next run. So I've been strangely, but I don't know. She keeps finding bottles of wine, and I don't know. Like all of a sudden, I'll see like another open bottle. I'm like, where did this come from?
Listen,
like,
just start drinking wine. I keep getting messages from friends.
Like came out of nowhere. I'm like, what? Why? What are you doing?
I keep getting messages from friends, and they're like, are you drinking a lot? Because I'm drinking a lot. I'm like, dude, I high-fived myself last week because I only drank 5 days instead of 7.
Oh, nice. But
listen,
other than that, I just been working, and I've been watching a lot of shows. Because I'm working from home, I just turn on, like, I have a lot of stuff on for background noise. So I went through the entire series of The Office.
Wow.
And let's see, I restarted watching The Expanse.
Cool.
My oldest wanted to watch Aquaman. We watched Aquaman, and he has decided that he liked the DC universe better, but he wishes the movies could be better.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. Definitely.
He's like, I really like I like how DC like does their stuff.
Dude, DC
characters.
is a much better universe than the Marvel universe. Their heroes are infinitely cooler.
Yes, and he was like, Aquaman. He's just like a guy in the ocean that talks to fish, but he was awesome.
Yeah.
He swore.
That's a good movie.
He didn't care about leaving a guy to die.
It's true. He did.
So so he really liked he discovered that he liked the DC universe, but he just wishes the movies could be, which is the exact same thing that both of us have.
So say we all. I mean, that's kind of the that's kind of the crux. Yeah, what have I been doing? Yeah, we've been watching a lot of movies. I'll talk about it in a second, but I've been building a lot of Legos. I went a little Lego crazy. I just built this one. Look at this.
Oh, that's pretty sweet.
It's the Y-wing bomber. This isn't an OG one. This is from the new trilogy. This is Poe Dameron's bomber, I think. I don't know. And then I built. I don't want to grab it, but I built this one.
Ooh, that's gonna be pretty awesome when you build it.
Yeah, and then I bought. This one. Bought an A-wing.
Brian, I think you have a problem.
And then I was drunk the other night with one of my 7 days of drinking, and I didn't know I bought this, but I bought the Harry Potter Voldemort. What is it called? What's it? The Rise of Voldemort.
Ooh.
Look at that.
Now you have a whole, if I remember right, you have a whole like cabinet that's just dedicated to the Harry Potter logos or Legos,
Yeah,
right?
I have. Well, I built pretty much. I didn't buy the like $500 Hogwarts castle, but instead I spent like $350 and bought like all the pieces to make the castle. So I have Hagrid's hut. I have the three main pieces of Hogwarts. I have the King Street crossing, the train station, the Hogwarts Express. And then I have Voldemort. So yeah, I've got some pretty cool. I built this whole little like. I'm pretty happy. I've kind of slowly moved them into the living room in places. My wife likes the Legos because they look pretty cool. Like they actually look like decorations. Versus, she's not a big fan of the Funkos, but she likes the Legos. So I've kind of taking over. She lets me have the TV entertainment center. So all my Star Wars, all these vehicles that I bought, as you can tell, the theme that I have. I on past episodes I showed you guys. I built the Falcon. I built an X-wing. Star Wars I've mostly kept to the vehicles, and I'm putting them all under my TV, so in the little TV stand. Well, because a couple weekends ago I cleared out. I realized I didn't need the DVD player, I didn't need the Blu-rays, I didn't need all these things because I have an Apple TV and my Xbox, and that's literally all I need. And so I cleaned it out, and I had in the cable box, I had 5 empty, these squares to put stuff. And I'm like, well, what am I going to put there? And I was like, oh, my Millennium Falcon Lego would look really good there. And so then I was like, well, no, I need more. Now I need more ships to build. So that's kind of what I've been doing.
Well, it's not like Legos are like, the yellow and red and blue ones that, that we had growing up. Like they're pick up, show the ship again. This is not like the Legos that we grew up with.
No, these are super cool. These honestly look like models.
Yeah. It's a model display. It's not, just something that you build and you take it apart and throw it in a box and then you never rebuild it.
And I've said multiple times on this show, Legos are a great way if you have a lot of stress or anxiety. They are a great way to just turn your mind off a little bit, and it's simply find the piece, put it together, find the piece, put it together. And
unless you're the guy that like you have like a whole bunch of pieces and you're trying to fit it together and it just doesn't work, and then you push a little bit too hard, and then it breaks, and then another piece breaks, and
yeah, I had that. I've only had that happen one time. I was putting together, my Yoda, and there was like this hand that was really hard to put together, and you had to squeeze it in, and it exploded, and I was like, because Yoda was hard. Did I ever show you Yoda? Hang on.
Yeah, no, your Yoda's pretty sweet. I haven't been doing anything like that. The only thing I've been working on my yard.
So there's Yoda.
So I can't show everybody my yard.
There's Yoda.
Yoda.
But Yoda has, look at all these, they're all the same color pieces. This thing was incredibly difficult to put together.
Yeah.
This is like 2,000 pieces. This took me about a solid week. I mean, look how big it is.
Yeah. It's so rad though.
It's pretty cool though.
Yeah, my daughter did a paint class that was online, and you got to paint Baby Yoda, and She did a really good job. I mean, it looks like Baby Yoda.
Yeah, that's cool. So that's what I've been doing, and then obviously, like I said, I've been watching a lot of TV shows. What did we watch? We watched. Oh, I got to tell you my experience. This is pretty awesome. So we watched a lot of new stuff, but we watched a lot of classics too. We're trying to work our way through. What we realized they hadn't our babysitter's been watching our kids, help us watch our kids. She hadn't seen Alien or Alien, so we watched both those movies back to back.
Yeah.
And they hold up. They're pretty good. But we decided to watch Return of the Jedi. And I haven't watched it in a while. And if anybody doesn't know me, it is my favorite movie. Not just my favorite Star Wars movie, my favorite movie of all time. I've seen it probably more than 1,000 times, I bet. I love Return of the Jedi. And so,
Yeah.
but I hadn't watched it in a while, so we put it on. I hadn't watched it since we got Disney Plus and watched it in 4K. If you have not watched the new any of the Star Wars movies in 4K yet on Disney Plus, watch them. They are great. But we're watching it, and I forgot how 80s that movie was. It's such a good 80s movie. Like, forget
Yeah.
Star Wars. It's just a good 80s movie. And so we're watching it and stuff. And then I remembered that I know I showed you guys this. I got this for Christmas, right? My Spiro droid. This is one of the
Yeah.
remote control ones that you can use on your phone. And so there's a feature on these droids, and I never used it before, and I just had forgotten about it. And I was like, oh, this would be a perfect time to do it. So you open up the app for the droid, and then there's a thing where you can hit says Star Wars on it. You click on it, and it shows like their head and then Star Wars in the background. You click on it, and you select whatever movie you're watching. And so I clicked Return of the Jedi, and then it loads. It loads basically everything about the movie into this droid. And then once it's synced, it recognizes the spot you're in the movie, and R2 interacts with the movie. So like when there's an exciting part, he'll bounce like this, and he'll make noises. When there's like sad parts, he makes like a sad, scary noise. Like when things get real scary, he'll kind of like hide his head. He'll like turn away. He'll look like if there's a lot of action scenes like fighters, he actually will move his little head left and right following the action.
Yeah.
And then whenever whenever he sees himself on screen, he gets excited. It was incredible. It was amazing.
So you spend part of the movie just watching what your R2 does.
Yeah, so
While,
that was the one downside. Is that for about the first 10 minutes you're kind of paying attention, and then after you kind of forget, after you just kind of start watching the movie again, it's more of like you know when it happens and you enjoy it while watching the movie, if that makes sense. Instead of just focusing on what R2 does. But the cool thing is I have a BB-8 one too. Apparently you can program them both to watch the movie, and they'll interact with each other when they are on screen together.
just haven't watched the Rise of Skywalker.
Well, that's the only one they haven't added yet to the library. But yeah, I might have them do like Force Awakens or Last Jedi or something. It was pretty fun. If anybody hasn't done it, if you have these droids, I highly recommend checking it out. But it was super fun. But what else did we watch? We watched the new Gerard Butler, Angel Has Fallen. That's on Netflix. That was real dumb, but pretty fun.
Yeah, we watched Tiger Kings.
Oh my god, okay. Let's spend a few minutes talking about Tiger King. Tiger King is batshit crazy. I watched it all in one weekend, and Carol Baskins absolutely fucking killed her husband.
She did. My wife, like after that whole episode, like when they were talking about it, my wife and I looked at her and were like, she killed him. Like she killed him.
If you weren't 100% sure, like if you were
the rest of the people.
Dude, if you weren't 100% sure whether she killed him or not, when she's like, "Oh please," they wouldn't put like boot oil on you. If they really wanted to kill you, they'd put something like, I don't know, sardine oil on you. And I was like, "Oh, she just told us how she killed her husband."
Yeah. Well, the local police station or department reopened the case?
I saw that.
On
Good. She
her,
needs to go to jail. Carol Baskins.
That show was insane.
My favorite, dude, the best part about Tiger King, we'll go to something else in a second, but one of my favorite things about Tiger King was, forget the show itself. I mean, first of all, like, everybody in that show is awful. Like, you didn't know you were going to have, like, weird tiger sex cults. You got Doc Antle, like, running a weird sex tiger ring. You've got Joe Exotic running a weird, like, meth tiger hillbilly ring, and then you've got like bootleg Vegas Jersey guy.
Tiger hillbillies, though. That's what makes it even weirder.
The most honest guy on the show, most real guy on the show, was the guy who murdered like the federal agent who was Scarface was based after.
Yeah,
that dude was like, all right. But dude, the memes that have come.
Polygamous guy.
Yeah.
Who runs like a polygamous cult, essentially.
Dude, he's running a tiger sex cult is what he's running.
Yeah.
Well, the worst part is they're all bad people. Carol Baskins tries to pretend like she's like this nice like conservationist. No, she's not. They're all like psycho, like egomaniacs with tigers, right? But my favorite part about the whole show has just been the memes. The memes are incredible. Like my favorite, I love the one where it says, Who knew you were a bag of meth and 2 tigers away from turning gay?" I was like, oh my
Well, and just remember, as weird as Joe Exotic was, when he ran for governor, he still managed to get 16%
Have
of
you
the
seen
state
who
to
our
vote for.
president is? I'm not surprised that Joe Exotic had a legitimate chance of winning the governorship.
Yes, but I mean, 16% is a significant amount of the
Yeah.
electorate to
That
vote
show
for
was
you.
yeah, that show's great. Anybody who has not seen The Tiger King, I know it's like a lot of weird hillbillies doing weird hillbilly stuff, but it is one of the most
It's a,
insane things I've ever seen in my entire life. Just watch it start to finish. I don't know what to tell you. Just hop on board the Tiger King train because it's crazy. Apparently,
yeah.
there's a new episode coming too. They filmed one more episode that's going to be released, I think, next week on Netflix. So
For Tiger King,
yeah,
like a Where Are They Now?
no, it's about I forget this episode's. I forget it's what's his name, Jeff. You know the guy who always wears the Harley Davidson, the real douchey guy wearing all the Harley Davidson stuff and the bandanas.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's like focused on him specifically. So, and then I heard the ID Network is opening. They're doing like a cold case miniseries on Carol Baskin's husband. Oh yeah,
Sheesh.
everybody's hopping on the Tiger King bandwagon. But what else we watched? We watched, dude. I finished Sex Education. I recommended, I think, on our last show. Dude, that is like one of the best shows I've ever seen. I am genuinely sad that I'm done with season 2 and I gotta wait for season 3. That's on Netflix.
I saw that you had watched Good Boys.
Oh
I
my
am
god!
about 45 minutes into it, and holy crap! I just got to the scene where they met the two teenage girls at the park, and then when they're going back to school, the one kid was calling for the scabs or something.
Yeah.
Score.
I literally shot booze out of my nose. So anybody know what we're talking about? There's a movie that's on HBO right now called Good Boys. It's produced by Seth Rogen. It's basically about these, I think, what, 6th graders
Yeah,
who are going to go to a kissing party and they have no idea what they're doing. So they're trying to figure it out. They're very good-natured kids, but like the worst shit happens to them. So they need to buy this drone, and they want to, when they want to sell that card, that like magic card to the guy, and they're like, what if he's a weirdo? Let's get weapons. And so they end up getting their like parents' sex gear. when they open the door for the card guy, one of them had anal beads around his neck because he thought they were nunchucks. One of them had like a sex mask on, and the other guy was holding the dildo like a bat. I booze shot right out my nose. I was like, oh my god. It is one of the funniest shows I've ever seen.
It's very lighthearted. I mean, it's
lighthearted, like
all have like that like they'll have like the pre-puberty voice, and stuff like that. They're all like, they all sound like they're just little kids.
You know what I liked about the movie is even though it is very raunchy and dirty, it's very like innocent.
Oh yes, very. I'm only, like I said, I'm only 45 minutes into it,
Right,
but
you have to let me know when you finish it. It's yeah,
So
the Good Boys is incredible. What else I watched? What else have I watched in quarantine? This was really good.
we watched a lot of British stuff. We watched the England game, the one about the start of like professional soccer in England. We watched Folly's War, which is like a World War II detective British show.
I started watching The Night Manager. Have you seen that? It was a miniseries on, I think, FX a couple of years ago, or maybe last year. It's got Hugh Laurie, Dr. House, and Tom Hiddleston.
Oh no, I didn't watch that one.
There's only 6 episodes. We watched the first one last night. It's pretty good, man. If you like, it's not even really dry, but it's based on a British spy thriller. It's pretty good so far. Kind of excited for that one. We watched
on Disney Plus. It's on Disney Plus now. You can watch Onward. It came out in theater last month.
Such a good movie. I paid. That's probably the last movie I'll ever see because I think theaters are never coming back. But that's a good movie. Hold on to your tissues though, because it's definitely a little bit of tearjerker. God, what else have we done? Something else I watched. I'm trying to remember what it was.
The wife and I have just been kind of trying to start like weird random stuff that we would never actually watch.
Yeah. Oh, we started watching a show called Amazing Stories with the Kids. It's on Apple TV.
Mm-hmm.
I know you don't have Apple TV, but anybody who's Apple TV, it's produced by Steven Spielberg. It's basically I never watched Amazing Stories growing up, but it's kind of like a Twilight Zone show, like a What If. Each episode is its own show. We're only 2 episodes in, but it's really good, man. I mean, it's actually a pretty incredible show. Anybody who hasn't watched it, I definitely give it a chance. The first episode is about a guy who's kind of out of time a little bit, and he ends up going into the cellar, and this weird storm happens, and he actually becomes out of time. He's shot back into 1919 and falls in love with a girl from that era, and kind of their past. They're kind of like the star-crossed lovers through time story. It's really good. Second story is about a friend who, 2 really close friends who one friend dies, and before she can move on to the afterlife, she has to help her friend through something, and it's got a lot of twist to it, but it's super emotional. It was really good. All my kids were like jumping up and down because they were so excited at the end of it, and everybody's crying and holding each other. It's a really good show. It's only 5 episodes, amazing stories. I would highly recommend on Apple TV.
We've been watching on Amazon Prime. There's a show called Horrid History, and it's a British show, but they do like different time. They talk about different time periods, but it's just they did like kind of like sketch comedy, and it's just like it's kind of like it's a history show for kids, but they're not. But it's British, they're not afraid to like. And, you had to pee on your boots, and it shows people, like peeing on boots and stuff like that. And, they talk about, just a bunch of like weird, like random gross stuff. But my kids really like it. They've been watching a lot of it.
Nice.
For some reason, we really like Antique Roadshow. I don't know why. That's just something like.
It's fun to watch people
start throwing out like, that's worse. It's worth $50,000, and we're all like trying to guess, what it's worth and stuff. But I don't know why we're really into Antique Roadshow right now.
Nice.
Let's see what else.
I watched the new X-Men. I watched X-Men Dark Phoenix. It wasn't that bad. I watched. What did we watch last weekend? God, there's so much stuff I've been watching. It's hard to remember everything. Pretty much every time there's a new movie on HBO or something, I'm like, oh sweet, what's this? Let's watch it.
We watched X-Men, X-Men 2. We have not watched X-Men 3 yet.
I watched Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I fucking love that movie, by the way.
Yes, I saw that I was streaming now.
Dude, it's so good. It is so good. Yeah. It was incredible.
My wife watched that, but I just been going to bed so early every night.
Yeah.
So
I know I'm gonna try. Well, I've been trying to finish Castlevania. I'm about halfway through the new season of Castlevania. I'm gonna try and watch. After that, I'm gonna try and.
I watched the whole season of Castlevania. Awesome.
I'm hoping it picks up because I'm halfway through and it's real slow right now.
The last 3 episodes are the best part.
Okay, cool. I'm excited. Animation's great, but it's weird, since Dracula's gone, it almost seems like a whole nother show. It's kind of picking up and trying to build.
Yeah. It's pretty different without Dracula on the show. Like, it feels like it's missing like a main kind of like antagonist kind of thing.
Yeah, definitely. But I'm enjoying it. I really like the universe. But as soon as that's over, I think I'm going to try and watch the last couple seasons of Clone Wars on Disney Plus, Star Wars Clone Wars. I haven't watched that yet. So
we just got to season 2, my son and I. So
well, and I also still need to watch Harley Quinn. I haven't watched that. I know season 2 of Harley Quinn just dropped, and I haven't watched any of those yet.
Yes. Those ones are really good.
So I'm going to try and watch that. But like I said, I watched Once Upon in Hollywood, which was great. I watched... did I tell you I watched Jay and Silent Bob Reboot?
Oh, which one?
Jay and Silent Bob Reboot, the new Jay and Silent Bob movie.
Oh, I haven't watched that one yet.
It's on Amazon Prime. Anybody who likes Kevin Smith, I highly recommend watching it. The first half is kind of slow, and some of the humor is a little... You can tell Kevin Smith hasn't made a Jay and Silent Bob movie in a while. But about halfway through, it finds its stride, and man, it is so good. It is a really, really good movie by the end of it. It was way more heartfelt than I thought it would be. I was very impressed with the movie. So, Jay and Silent Bob Reboot, currently streaming on Amazon. Well, we're almost at 45 minutes here, so I think we said we're going to keep this one a little bit shorter. So, unless you got something else, maybe we should call it a show.
I downloaded Fallout 4 from the Xbox Game Pass because my son decided that he couldn't live without it because we've been just doing like the free 3 months for like $1, and then we would get lucky, we get another like 4 months for like $10 or something.
Okay.
So we just been kind of just doing it like that. And I finally looked at it just to see what the games are. I never played Fallout 4. Like I've beaten every Fallout game up to that point.
Mm-hmm.
But I've been playing, I think I put about 12 hours into it. And all I've done, it's just.
Yeah, I never played it because I saw some people play like 300 hours in that game.
Yeah, it's basically just like Skyrim. Like you can spend 40 hours not doing any of the main quest, and it's still a lot of.
I've been playing the Jedi. I beat my South Park RPG, and I've started finishing up my Jedi Fallen Order, which has been pretty fun. So,
my son had spent he was playing for like an hour of Fallen Order, mm-hmm. and he beat like this one hard thing that he couldn't beat before.
The game's hard.
And then he died right after, and he had not saved it in quite a while.
Oh.
He hadn't played it in like 3 days because he was so pissed off that he finally got this one part and forgot to save it.
It is a hard game. It is not the easiest Star Wars game I've played. If you like to just run in and murder things, you are going to die a lot. So it's been fun. Well, we would also love to hear from everybody else. We'd love to know what you guys and gals are doing for quarantine, or what you guys are doing to kill the time, since we can't do anything else. So in the comments, let us know. Let us know if there's something we should be watching, or let us know if there's something you guys would like our opinion on. Or even if you just want some more recommendations. There's lots of things I'm sure me and Ryan forgot to talk about. I could do a whole episode talking about Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Watching Leonardo DiCaprio flamethrow somebody was incredible, and I'll leave it at that since you haven't seen it yet. But it's I mean, let us know. We'd love to talk about it. But Ryan, before we get out of here, and I highly recommend people stay tuned to this channel, because last week when we said it was our final episode, we lost a buttload of subscribers. Apparently they didn't get to the end where they said it was just the final episode of the Geek Dad Report. We were still going to be doing lots of podcasts, and we've got a lot of fun things planned. So do not unsubscribe. Do not get rid of us. We are going to keep coming back. But Ryan, would you like to tell the people where they can find us?
You can find us on YouTube at the Geek Dad Report and Twitter at the Geek Dad Report, where Brian is Brian53 and I am Big Bruiser. We are also on Facebook at the Geek Dad Report, and you can find us on iTunes. Maybe I'll upload this one. Who knows? And make sure you like, subscribe, and leave a comment, because we are still active on our social media.
We are.
If anything. So.
True.
And that's
a wrap. Oh. Well, everybody, until we meet again, who knows what the next episode will be? I don't know. Ryan doesn't know. But it'll be something fun. We guarantee it.
We'll still be alive.
So, yeah, let's hope we're all still alive. Knock on wood. So, until then, on that note, stay safe, everyone, and stay awesome.
And stay nerdy, everybody.
Definitely stay nerdy. And stay subscribed, for the love of Jesus. So many people flaked out. I literally posted the episode, and within like 10 minutes, we lost like a dozen subscribers. I'm like, what the shit? You haven't even enough time to watch this episode yet, you sons of...
Wait, nobody actually paid attention to us until we said we were gone, and then everybody subscribed?
Anyway, whatever. All right, everybody, stay awesome, stay safe, stay happy, stay drunk, stay fat, and stay alive. Woo! Oh, yeah. Staying alive. I need voice lessons.